We've seen here in Chicago protesters talking about the Israel Hamas conflict in Gaza. We've seen even some over in Congress when Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed Congress with certain sentiments. How do you balance that within the party with some people who may be critical of Israel?
You know, as one of the members of the Jewish caucus in Arizona, and as someone who not only recently led a delegation of a bipartisan delegation to Israel, that issue is very important to me. As a voter as well, I will tell you that I really care about looking at the record and what people are doing when it comes to this conflict. Look, yes, the protesters have been out, since the war broke out back in October 7th. But what I like to remind people is we all have the right, it's our constitutional right to protest, to have a difference in opinion. But what I don't believe is okay is for us to allow those individuals who are out on our streets right now essentially promoting a terrorist organization. That I'm not okay with. As a Democrat, I believe that we should all work together to denounce that type of rhetoric and that behavior. Because on my way here, I was talking to my cab driver, and he's Indian, and he told me, he says, I'm really worried about all the terrorism and everything that I'm seeing with these protests. And then he told me, he said, why are we blaming the Jews here for what's going on there? And I'm like, thank you. It's super important for us to differentiate between a government and our Jewish community here. It's not fair for us to have to deal with a lot of the hate and the bigotry that's coming behind all of this just because we're Jewish.